There's definitely no logic to human behavior, and there's no map, and the compass wouldn't help at all. Björk. Behavior is a mirror in which everyone shows his image. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Control the manner in which a man interprets his world, and you have gone a long way toward controlling his behavior. That is why ideology, an attempt to interpret the condition of man, is always a prominent feature of revolutions, wars, and other circumstances in which individuals are called upon to perform extraordinary action. Stanley Milgram. The enduring assumption that human behavior is governed by innate morality and reason is at odds with the persistence of human deprivation, inequality, injustice, misery, brutality and conflict. Nafal Rawdon. The taste for glory can make ordinary men behave in extraordinary ways. Tahir Shah. Behavior, what wert thou, till this madman showed thee? William Shakespeare. As the occasion, so the behavior. Miguel de Cervantes. But practically, I know men and recognize them by their behavior, by the totality of their deeds, by the consequences caused in life by their presence. Albert Camus. Most of the ills we suffer from are directly traceable to our own behavior. Man is not suffering from the ravages wrought by earthquakes and volcanoes, by tornadoes and tidal waves. He's suffering from his own misdeeds, his own foolishness, his own ignorance and disregard of natural laws. Henry Miller. Most of the ills we suffer from are directly traceable to our own behavior. Man is not suffering from the ravages wrought by earthquakes and volcanoes, by tornadoes and tidal waves. He's suffering from his own misdeeds, his own foolishness, his own ignorance and disregard of natural laws. Henry Miller. Looking at human behavior is like running into a cloud whose origins and direction is unknown. You can see the cloud, dynamic and three-dimensional, but when you reach out to grab a handful to test, you come away with nothing visible but a clenched fist. Marjorie Wright. Nothing is so unimpressive as behavior designed to impress. John Elster. If you can understand human behavior, it can't hurt you nearly as much. Carol Plum UCCI. A man's behavior is the index of the man, and his discourse is the index of his understanding. Ali ibn Abi Talib. Conduct is 3/4 of our life, and its largest concern. Matthew Arnold. Excessive interest in pathological behavior was itself pathological. Arthur C. Clarke. Trying to understand behavior solely on the strength of observations of behavior is like trying to understand television by looking at the screen and abstaining from theorizing about electromagnetic waves and electrons. Mario Bunge and Ruben Ardila. Trying to improve a relationship by changing your mate's behavior is like trying to improve a roadway by changing your car's tires. It may seem less bumpy for a while, but the potholes will only get bigger. Terro Gold. Our values and behaviors are incongruent, and this incongruence causes us a certain degree of moral discomfort. In order to alleviate this discomfort, we have 3 choices. We can change our values to match our behaviors. We can change our behaviors to match our values. Or we can change our perception of our behaviors so that they appear to match our values. Melanie Joy. My freaky behavior. Working on my freaky behavior. My freaky behavior. Or working on my freaky behavior. My freaky behavior. Sometimes I can't help myself. Tone Lock. It's the devil's work. The Lord can't save your. We got it bad. That freaky behavior. The Two Live Crew. Boy, you about to come. Oh, see. On my worst behavior. And I can return the favor. Kerry Hilson. Polite behavior with her silken sleeve rounds off and polishes the snow-white cubes of truth, so that, when they have got a little dingy by use, it becomes hard to tell them from the rolling balls of falsehood. Oliver Wendell Holmes. Would to God we had behaved ourselves well in this world, even for one day. Thomas à Kempis. The behavior of a single child is often the means of making or marring the happiness of a whole family. MRS. G. Whittlesey. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you'll drift in that direction. Warren Buffett. Because you believed I was capable of behaving decently, I did. Paulo Coelho. For behavior, men learn it, as they take diseases, one of another. Francis Bacon. The sum of behavior is to retain a man's own dignity, without intruding upon the liberty of others. Francis Bacon. As a rule, there is no surer way to the dislike of men than to behave well where they have behaved badly. Lew Wallace.